Hello and thank you for watching. If you've been watching my videos and so on, you'll know that I have a few sources for weather. I would recommend getting 3. Use the National Weather Service and have yourself set up on your phone with warnings that come up on your phone. You give them your phone number or your information and they send you warnings on your phone. You don't want big warnings, but you want severe weather alerts for your area. So get that first. The second one I would recommend is the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association, or NOAA, NOAA.org, which will give you a localized general weather predictions. I would only go with the front page, give them your location, and they'll give you a general weather rundown. And I would stick with the front page, which gives you a week outlook and will give you the weather. Click on the day for something more specific if you want to get specific, and scroll down for more information on that. But don't rely on that alone. Go with Weather Underground, which is WUnderground or wonderground.org or .com. I'm not sure which it is exactly, but I believe it's Wonderground. If you just type in Wonderground, W-U underground, W underground, you'll get that. It might show up as weird, but you type it in Google or your resource, and when you find weather and some weather maps, click on it, enter your data into it, and keep that download it and keep that on your phone at all times. If you're going out, if you are out of range, at least you have you've clicked on it and you've gotten the information you need going forward to determine the severe weather in your area. So I'm giving you this as a picture, which is the maps that'll come up on after looking at the general data on NOAA. You'll get sort of the week in review. You get fair skies, with a chance of thunderstorms, say it's 50%, fair skies and different temperatures. On the inside, it's been warm, so you're like, yeah, that's good. I wonder if there's anything coming up. So it's 85 today, and tomorrow, thunderstorms, and it goes to 89 degrees. That's the high temperature. It'll give you a high and low and so forth. And thunderstorms, 50% chance of thunderstorms. There will be thunderstorms tomorrow, and it'll be 89 degrees, but whether or not they're exactly in your area, you go to another resource. On the flip side of it, on the other side of the storm, you see it's down to 60 degrees and 67 the day after that. It's coming up again. If it's been in the 80s and it drops to 60, it's a guarantee that there is storms coming through, because that is a sure indicator that there is a front. That gives you pretty solid baseline data. Then I go to Weather Underground and I look, and yes, in fact, for yesterday or whatever, today, there are severe thunderstorm warnings, and yesterday was one day, and today is another day. You look at the data, and then don't look at anything else. You have the baseline, you already know, you've gotten the warning on your front page. Download Weather Underground and have that as well. Those two sources are really reliable. Look at the weather maps and see that yes, there is in fact a front coming in your direction. You are here, or your device is here, and the weather front is heading your direction. Between that and click on one of those and it'll give you GPS data, your GPS data and the storm's GPS data. If you compare those two, you can track the distance between you and it using GPS, and that's latitude and longitude, and that gives you your exact location. And the storm front on Weather Underground will have an exact location as well. Compare those two, look at the general data, or click on that, and you'll get another page which comes up in a moment. In general, as the storm comes closer, you get more data, and if you click click on it and blow it up more, you'll start to see triangles where you are, triangles where it is, triangles with severe weather. Click on each of the triangles, particularly the ones that are close to you and that are in range, or the ones that are not quite there but are still in the scope of, see, you look at the cone or the scope or the triangle of how far they are away. So you've got some that already went by, those that aren't coming back around, and you've got some that are heading in your direction. Each increment says in the gray area, each increment represents 15 minutes. And let's move on, because these are several hours away, this whole thing being an hour in range, and you're almost there. This is, I think, 15 minutes, but so this is within the hour. This one is an hour and a half away. This is generally an hour and a half away. This is 2 or 3 hours away. We don't actually know. But you can click on that if you want, just to see where it is. But I would be more concerned with what is imminent. So click on it again, blow it up, and we'll see that you are now here. And this is an hour later or closer. Some of this has gone by. You've heard thunderstorms, or you've heard things. You've looked outside, it's been raining. You ran inside and you're like, oh, I wonder what's up. And you can click on it. If you're looking at something that's a little farther out, you have time to take all of this into account. And coming down to it, again, you'll be looking at this on a website in the same data. You'll see where the storm is coming from, usually 2 directions, which is why it's a little more severe. Coming from 2 directions, what happens is you have the storm front mixing from the north and another air masses moving in 2 different directions. What you get is moisture content. The ones that move from the south generally have moisture content. The ones moving from the north also have moisture content, but they're up higher. And what happens between low and high is friction between positive and negative energy, and it builds in one direction or the other. And also that friction happens on the earth and often creates lightning or static energy. That static energy is dissipated when it reaches a grounding point. So when it hits ridges and so on, when it hits a high point, when it hits a tree, all of that is static electricity between the atmosphere and the ground, which is better explained by somebody else, not me. I'm just keeping track of storm tracks and what is in my area and how to be a good guide for people who are outdoors or who are with me or who want any information about, is there a storm coming today? And no, there isn't. And I heard this and I'm like, yeah, it's 100 miles away and it's not heading our direction. The front is, but it's 100 miles away and it's moving at 5 miles an hour. Yes, it's going to be cloudy today, but the chance of rain is 0% right now and not for the next 12 hours, so forth. So it's easy to help people out. And I also encourage them, look at the weather and look at not just your weather station, but if you want to know more. As it gets a lot closer and you start to see things in range, click on each thing and get really close. Get a lot closer, get to where you are. You've seen some of it go by already, you've heard it go by, and you have imminent things come up. Click on each one and it brings up a level of data, and that is storm track data. This is all on Weather Underground, and you'll see the range, you'll see all of this information, and you'll have that going forward. Thank you for watching, and thank you for staying curious.